We have with us Mr. Shripati V from MSC Software Corporation, Hexagon, who will be talking regarding design, optimize, validate, AM lifecycle.
Good day, everyone. Welcome to AMIC 2021. So, the title of our talk is Design, Optimize, and Validate AM Lifecycle, which, of course, will have a complete vision on building a smart additive manufacturing environment. Myself, Shripati, I head the aerospace technical division for Indo-Pacific, and Santosh Nagaraju is a technical specialist Indo-Pacific region. We have been working with a lot of the additive manufacturing organizations across this region, where our history goes back to the moon to Mars and beyond. So when we look at the association of Hexagon MSC Software has been since 1962. So MSC Software as a brand came from NASA while the moon mission was kind of announced. So while we have 50 plus years of innovation, MSC Software is also one of the 10 original software companies in the world. I think only simulation company across the world, present in this particular list. So while we were known to be more of simulation company, having Nastran, Adams, Mark, Dytran, a lot of things. I mean, like almost all the tools which are used by pretty much automotive, aerospace, heavy engineering, and machinery companies, but very less known at that time for the manufacturing simulation. So what happened over years is from 1965 when it was founded, where Nastran was actually the one which was the origin of Nastran is from NASA, and then towards late 90s is when a lot of these nonlinear simulation and maybe the kind of GUI based analysis tools, most of these companies were acquired by MSC. While in 2000 to 2009, mechanical dynamics, which is now, of course, within MSC called as Adams, and then most of the acquisition was driven towards multi-board dynamics and also development of the enterprise level simulation tool like SimManager. And then 2009 to 2017, practically we look at the acquisition of SimuFact, which is for simulation of manufacturing, which could be welding, it could be forming, additive manufacturing, all of these things. So 2017 onwards, the concentration has been on most of the manufacturing related acquisitions, which is Amendate, which is for generative design, which is for additive manufacturing. We call it as DFAM, that is designed for additive manufacturing, and then FTI, which is for forming, that is sheet metal forming analysis, and then few other things like fatigue and rotating machinery design, Romax, and all of them. While this was happening, MSC also got acquired by Hexagon, and MSC became a part of Hexagon's manufacturing intelligence division, and where we have an end-to-end solution which is kind of hand in hand with smart manufacturing activities across the globe. So mainly the future is autonomy, and that's where we actually have positioned Hexagon manufacturing intelligence with MSC software solutions across the region. So with this, maybe when we look at each of these particular solutions, how we look at it as one of the most, I would say, futuristic. And so when we look at each of these technologies, we have the acoustics, structures, manufacturing, system dynamics, materials, and CFD and autonomous solutions. Each of them will be, or each of them are the centers of excellence within Hexagon MI. And when I say centers of excellence, each of the center of excellence talk to one another. So we actually are concentrating on manufacturing COE today. Manufacturing COE has end-to-end simulation. It could be additive manufacturing simulation, or it could be welding or forming, or it could be the uh, quality analysis. All of these things are part of it, and Santosh will actually get into the details of the manufacturing COE for additive manufacturing as a end-to-end process. Over to you, Santosh.
Thank you, Shripati. So let me start with what we are offering when it comes to the manufacturing industry. So if you look at our expertise, so we have solutions starting from the CAD CAM. So starting from the capturing the data. That again we talk about metrology and measurement, then the software solutions. So in the today world, so if you look at the manufacturing industry, so to give an overview of our presence, so if you look at Hexagon technology usage in the car production, so 75% of the car produced today uses Hexagon solution. The 90% of aircraft component produced uses Hexagon solution. The smartphone production, so where we have 85% of our technology used in smartphone production. So being all this technology, so if you look at what we are really doing, so starting from the CAD to the quality, so we have a different solution. So even if you look at the manufacturing process that includes the forming, welding, and additive manufacturing. So today, so we look at how we are contributing when it comes to the additive technology. So that is starting from the design stage, so starting from engineering, so then we talk about the design, so then we go on the manufacturing side, so then we have to look at what is the service life of any part which is 3D printed. So then we talk about quality. Again, we do the re-inspection or the post processing of the 3D printed part. So what we are trying to do with connecting all this dots, so when we talk about engineering, so we don't want to be engineering and design to be separate. So when I design my part, so I had to consider all my manufacturability or manufacturing principle during design stage itself, so that I can come up with a design so that is more realistic. Also, it will have consider the easy of manufacturing. So then I also talk about quality and services. So if I can bring all this a concept during design and engineering stage, so whatever design come out of considering all this aspect, so that will be right at first time. So also I make sure that the lightweighting or design modification I do, so that is qualified in each and every stage. That includes the build, quality, and service life. So let's look at what we offer, or how the complete workflow stands. So when I say end-to-end solution for additive manufacturing, so you might be already working with a couple of PLM or ERP software. So we do have solutions where it can fit into the existing solutions available in your uh, industry. So what we can do, so within the existing system, so we talk about 3D printing. So there are a lot of prerequisites. Also, there is a lot of work has to be done when I say 3D printing. So we have to start with design optimization. So then we have to find out best orientation, which I can print part without any defect. Then we talk about using different printing material. It can be plastic, polymer, metal. Then we talk about selection of best material, so based on the performance. So then we talk about materials life cycle management. So this majorly on pre-request as for the 3D printing. So we are not only focusing on the 3D printing aspect, so also the what we do after 3D printing, like post build operation. So we can even simulate and understand so what are the deviations. So with that we can generate our like post build operations like machining, heat treatment based on the stresses we are obtaining during 3D printing process. So then we can look at or we can inspect the internal cracks which I'm going to get because of density related issue during 3D printing process. The whole the end-to-end process starting from my design to the quality can be studied in digital world. So also we can run in parallel with the digital and real world. So where I can print a part, get it scanned. So then I will do this best fit over my design and understand where are the deviation. Then I can give a machining allowances based on the deviation. The whole process, or let's say digital tin process, can be run in the digital world as well as with physical trials, which we do it in the shop floor. So let's look at one case study. So where we have started from design optimization, so then material selection, so then the whole process is like digitally understand like how it behaves when we go with a different set of process parameter, materials, and then performance level. So let's start with understanding the initial requirement. So we were working with one of the assembly, so where we wanted to reduce the weight of gripper. So initially we have started with understanding what are the critical loads coming over there. So that is quite important for assembly and performance point of view. So then we designed our complete optimization process considering the remote loading, design space, and non-design space. So once we could able to optimize that, so the next step, so we went into the performance. So when I say design optimization, I end up with a multiple design. So until unless I know the performance of each design or optimized geometry, I cannot select one of the best design until unless I have the performance detail or durability test done on the each design. So what I do is I do the optimization. So then I go for a performance analysis. Then I go for an actual manufacturing process simulation. So it is quite important, not that every design can be easily printable. So there will be a lot of challenges when it comes to printing or when it comes to manufacturing with the different technologies. It can be additive manufacturing, so it can be sheet metal forming, it can be any of manufacturing type. So once I have manufacturing process simulation results, so then I can consider the residual stress coming out of this operation and go back and test what will be the performance of my part, so that it will allow me to choose one of the best design, which is easily manufacturable. Also, it gives better performance. So then I can go for an actual printing process with optimized printing process parameter, also the optimized orientation and support structure. So once I could able to print, so this is not the end where we are just concluding printing is the end, but once we build this or once we manufactured it, so we can scan those physically printed part. So taken that results back into the software. So we do have software where it can convert our cloud data directly into the CAD file. So there is no manual effort where we have to do the CAD modeling or a retransition of this cloud into the CAD model. So software can easily handle. So whatever scan file format, or it might be in a cloud a file or a cloud-based data. So that can be easily transferred to the CAD model. So then we can inspect the quality in terms of what is my initial design and how much it is deviating from my original design, so that it will clearly help us to understand where I should give the machining allowances considering the deviation from my original design. So then we can also inspect the internal, we can do the further modification and inspect internal cracks. So we do have software called Volume Graphics. So once we print, we can do the internal crack analysis. So that will help us to understand why the crack is generated, or is there any density related issue. Then if there is further modification is required, so that can be done based on the defect we get during the manufacturing process. So from we can take that we can take it back into the CAE analysis, considering the deviations and actual condition. Then we can further analysis or we can further estimate the durability or life of the component. So then coming on to the post processing. So once we have this all the quality information, so then we can design our machining path, so to fit into the actual assembly. So then even we can simulate and understand, so what should be the machining path and what is effect of those material removal on the final part quality. So if you look at this complete workflow where we started with understanding the initial design, then we did the lightweighting. So then we have done the performance analysis. So then we have done the manufacturing process feasibility. So here we have not only just checked the manufacturing feasibility, even we have optimized in terms of controlling the distortion, providing the best orientation and support structure. Then we could able to print and inspect the part. So if you look at many of solutions, so they could able to do it only here, but once we print, even we could able to inspect and further modify on the post build parameter. So overall this process has done with two different material, because when I say additive manufacturing, so the material can be plastic, polymer, or metal. So we could able to simulate and understand both the materials. It can be of polymer, it can be of metal. So we could able to run this process with a different set of materials available. So now let's look at what we have done. So, so here, if you look at our complete workflow, so where we have started from understanding the initial design. So this is the initial design. So where we have imported into Apex Generative Design. So where we defined the design and non-design space for the topology optimization. So you can clearly look at how simple is the tool. So you can just define your design and non-design space with few clicks. So then I'm applying a remote loads. So then I put constraints where I don't want to really remove the material, or where I don't want to do the optimization. So then I'm defining my design criteria, like what is my optimization goal in this process. So once I have this complete process defined, so now I can see the weight reduction or optimization of initial design. So once I have this optimized result, so what I do is I will take this into the Nastran. So I have the design with 56% of weight reduction. So greater advantage here. So once I have optimized it, I can export this optimized geometry in any CAD file format. It need not to be always STL. I can export it into Parasolid. I can export it into step file format, so that it will be easy for us for further modification. So now I will import the same model in Nastran. Once we validate our structural aspect, so now I'm going for DGMAT, where I use the polymer or plastic and polymer 3D printing material, and I could check for, can I manufacture this optimized design using plastic and polymer material. So also I can understand what are the challenges or defect I'm going to face during manufacturability. So our 3D printing stage. Also, I can further optimize using DGMAT software. So now I will use the same design for a metal part. So when I say metal, I can further optimize by reducing the weights. Like I can make it further lightweighted part. So now once I optimized considering the metal component, so now I can take it into Simofact additive to understand like how best we can orient and what are the support structure needed in terms of get it printed without any manufacturing risk. So here it clearly, it clearly shows like, so how we can orient with the given machine conditions. So also we can see how the 3D printing process will happen, like how part is really getting printed in the 3D metal 3D printing environment. Yeah, so this is the final geometry. So we have, so with the same optimized design, so when you print with plastic material, so when you print with metal, so how this design could vary. So even if you look at these two designs, so where the same optimization process was run with the plastic and metal material consideration. So then we had checked the durability of this. Then we could able to even further optimize considering the design condition. The whole of this optimization process could able to calculate in just 18 minutes. So this is quite automated optimization process tool. So there is no manual remeshing, there is no geometry correction. So software will completely handle the remeshing, the geometry transition and cleaning of geometry. So it can optimize and give you the geometry which you can directly use it for 3D printing application. So even for the physical printing, so also it can be used for any further analysis in any of the CAE tool. So overall, so we started with the initial design, we did the optimization, then we have tested the performance. Also, we have understand how it can be manufactured using different material and performance of it. So with this, I will end my presentation. So thank you very much for your attention. So if you have any questions, so please do feel free to reach Shripati or me. So you can directly reach to us, or you can even reach to Objectify where they can direct to us. Thank you very much, and have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you for the amazing session. It was really insightful. Hope you have learned a lot from this session.